Basic Grade 7 by ImproMaths. I'm Sai and I will be continuing with what we did last Monday. To just recap, last Monday we did some basics of angles, lines, types of angles, and went into a little bit of parallel lines. Okay, so what we are going to do here today is we are going to start with some questions on angles, and from there we will go to parallel lines. But before that we have to just quickly revise the types of angles that we had seen last time. So let me share my screen with you and then we can move ahead. So we had talked about types of angles. Just give me a moment. Okay. So we have complementary angles, where the total of all the angles involved is 90 degrees. So they are called complementary angles. There can be 2 angles, 3 angles, 4 angles. As long as they all add up to 90 degrees, they are complementary angles. Then we have supplementary angles, where all the angles add up to 180 degrees. And in this, we have a subcategory called linear supplementary angles. Let's just call it SA for short, where all the angles have to be starting from one single point and they have to lie on a single line. So linear supplementary, that is they're lying on a single line. And then we have angles around a point. Okay, so angle around a point means all the angles are originating from one single point and together they make 360 degrees. Together they measure to 360 degrees. So what we are going to do is we are going to do a few problems based on these types, and then we will move on to parallel lines. So if you have missed the basics, you can go back to last week's video. It is added to the playlist of IGCSE free sessions. You can always click on the playlist and you'll get the last time's video. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, we'll do this. So find the size of the angle which is complementary to 35 degrees. So when this question is asked, complementary to 35 degrees means this angle plus the other angle need to be 90 degrees. So let's say we have another angle A degrees. Both of them are 90 degrees. So A degrees is equal to 90 minus 35. So 90 minus 35 should be 55 if I'm not wrong. But let's check here. It's 55 degrees. So complementary of A is, complementary of 35 degrees is 55 degrees. Okay. Okay. So next one is find the supplementary angle of 128 degrees. So when this is supplementary angles, that means 128 degrees plus angle B is equal to 180 degrees. So angle B is going to be 180 minus 128. So how much is that going to be? 180 minus 128, which is equal to 52 degrees. So angle B is going to be 52 degrees. So this is how the basics work. So whenever they say two angles are supplementary and one angle is given, you subtract the given angle from 180 and you will get the remaining angle which is supplementary to the given angle. So supplementary is 180 degrees. So I'm going to put on a few pictures over here. As I had mentioned before, I'm using the Hayes and Harris MYP grade book, which you can always get online. You can buy online or you can go to any popular store and you will get it over there. So we are going to do a few questions from Hayes and Harris. Just give me a moment. I'll get those pictures over here. Okay. So these are few angles that we are going to consider. So let's take these three. Okay, these three are representative of what we have learned up till now. answer. To make it smaller, don't worry. This has to fit in this. Okay, we're going to fit it, and so we're going to solve each question below. So let's start with question A. So now they are saying that, okay, as we had mentioned in our previous session, that this square sign means 90 degrees. Okay, this, whenever you see a square in between the trace of two angles, by default it is 90 degrees. This is a sign indicating that the given angle is a right angle. Okay, so now here it says that in question A, angle A plus 25 degrees is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, so angle A is going to be 90 minus 25, which is equal to 65 degrees. Okay, so A is 65 degrees. So this is our answer for question A. Now if you see in question B, those two angles are on a single line, so they are linear supplementary. Okay, and writing linear supplementary, now when you are writing this, you have to write a reason they are complementary angles. Okay, now here you are going to write their linear supplementary. So question B, okay, so it says that 147 degrees plus B degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so B degrees is equal to 180 minus 147. But when you write this sentence, you have to write a reason that they are linear supplementary. As I had mentioned in my last lesson, every time you write a statement in geometry, you have to support it with a valid reason. The reason is as important as your geometrical statement. If your geometrical statement doesn't carry a reason, then you can lose marks over there depending on how the marks are distributed. But generally, every geometrical statement has to be supported with a valid reason. Like here, why 147 plus B is equal to 180? Because they're a linear supplementary line. They're on one single line and there is only one arm common between them. Okay, so that's why they are like this. So 180 minus 147 is 33. So our angle, little angle B is 33 degrees. Okay. Now again in question C, if you see, this is 90 degrees. Okay. Now in question C, what does it say here? Two angles are missing. But luckily those two angles are same. So we have C degrees plus 62 degrees is equal to 90 degrees. Why? Because they are complementary. So 2C degrees plus 62 degrees is equal to 90 degrees. So 2C degrees is 90 minus 62, which is 28. So 2C degrees is 28 degrees. C degrees is 14 degrees. Okay. So this is how you solve. So every time you write a reason, you have to write, every time you write a geometrical statement, you have to write a reason below it. That makes your statements more firm. That tells your examiner, or that tells anyone who is going through your question, that you have understood what you're doing. And in mathematics, writing mathematical facts correct is more important. Okay, so always remember to write your reason. Never ever miss your reasons. Okay, next one, we are going to do another question, which I think is slightly different, and I would like to do that question also. So I'm going to take these two. Okay. So you can see these are again one supplementary, one complementary pair, and we are going to make sure that we have the correct answers. So Now here, like I had said before, if you have a right square sign like this has to be 90 degrees. There is no doubt about it. So you have to always remember whenever you see that little square between two arms of an angle, that angle is 90 degrees. Make it very, very firm in your head, because whenever you have this square, it will never mention that it's 90 degrees. So you have to know that it is 90 degrees. So now again this angle is on a straight line. So for question D, your question angle D plus 90 degrees plus 30 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Why? Because they are linear supplementary. Okay. So since they are linear supplementary, they are, how do we know they are linear supplementary? They are on one line and they are starting on the same point. So angle D plus 120 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. So angle D is equal to 180 minus 120. So D is equal to 60 degrees. This is your answer. Okay. Now let's go to E. Now here, the total of all the three angles is 90 degrees. So they are what? They are complementary angles. So we have 12 plus E plus 33 is equal to 90. Now every time, even if you don't write the degree sign, it's still okay. Okay, so 12 plus 33 is 45. So E is equal to 90 minus 45. E is equal to 45 degrees. Okay, so you have to know whether it is a supplementary angle or a complementary angle, and then you have to solve accordingly. Let's see if we have any different combination than this. Okay, this is a very, not very different question, but this is a type of question that we can get sometimes. And since there are no numbers involved in this figure, it may confuse you. So this is one of the figures that may confuse someone because there is no number involved. There are only 3x over there. But again, all the 3x are on the same line. So they are linear pair. So we have x plus x equal to 180 degrees. Why? Because they are linear supplementary. Okay. So that means 3x is equal to 180 degrees. X is equal to 60 degrees. Okay, so even if the alphabets, even if there is no number involved, still if the alphabets are same for all the angles, we can just add them up and we can find out what is what is the actual value of that alphabet. So instead of 3x, if there were 4x, the angle would be 45 degrees. If there were 5x, the angle would be 36 degrees. So depending on how many number of unknowns you have, equal unknowns, these are all equal angles. So your answer will keep on changing. So next one here we have is, okay, okay, these are a few questions which may look different and which may look confusing. So we'll do those also. If you see this is upside down. Okay, so I'm going to paste it over here. Okay, let's make it smaller so we have enough space to write this. So if you see, the line is upside down, the angles are below the line, but still they are on the same line. So the principle on this of them being on the same line still applies. So they are still a linear supplementary pair. So we have G, then again this one is 90 degrees because of this little square over here. G plus 90 plus G again plus 32 is equal to 180 degrees. So we have 2G plus 122 is equal to 180 degrees. So 2G is equal to 180 minus 122. So 2G is equal to 58 degrees. So G is equal to 29 degrees. Okay. So this is your final answer for this question. So it doesn't matter in which direction your angles are pointing, as long as their starting point or the vertex of the angle is on a single line, on a straight line, or they all of them lie on a straight line, it is still 180 degrees. Okay, it doesn't matter in which direction the angle is looking. Even if your angle is looking in this direction, still they are linear supplementary. And again, of course, we have to write the reason here. They are linear supplementary. Okay, so the reason is, again and again I'm emphasizing that the reason is very, very important. As long as you are writing correct statements and correct geometrical reasons, there is no way you're going to lose marks. Geometry is an evidence-based branch of mathematics. So you should always give an evidence, and that evidence is the reason that you have mentioned. Okay. Now this is something that we had done last time, something called as a reflex angle. Reflex angle is, okay, I'll write down it. Reflex angle. So this angle measures greater than 180 degrees and less than 360 degrees. So it's between 180 and 360. So we are going to see how to solve for our reflex angles. Okay. So wow, I like this variety of questions they have in this book, and it's really good for practice. Okay, so if you guys haven't bought it yet, you can go ahead and buy it. If I Because this is really going to help you practice a lot. And Heath and Harris is pretty standard IB book, so you don't have to worry about whether you are using a right book or no. It is a pretty standard book. Okay, so again we have these three questions, A, B, and C. Now here, if you see, this angle is 90 degrees, and this pink circle here is the reflex angle. So what it means is your 90 degrees plus x is equal to 360 degrees. Why? Because there are again angles around 2 points. This is one angle and this is the other angle. Okay, so there are angles around the same point. So here x is equal to 360 minus 270. You can write the reason as angles around a point. Okay, so wait. Actually, I like to write nicely. Sometimes speak too fast, so I try to write very fast, but I will write nicely. Angles around a point. Okay, that's why they are 360 degrees. So x is equal to 360 minus 90. Then x is equal to 270 degrees. Okay. Now we'll go for question B. Now what has happened is okay. Anyways, so sorry guys, my board has hung and I have to wait. So let's talk about question B till then, till my board comes back. So in question B, you can see that it is 266 degrees plus y is 360 degrees. You have to again write it as angles around a point. Okay, because there are still angles around this little single point over here. So it's 266 plus y is equal to 360 degrees. So y is equal to 360 minus 266, which is 94 degrees. It's bigger than our right angle. Same thing goes here also. Z plus 27 is 360 degrees. So Z is equal to 360 minus 27, which is equal to 333 degrees. So yeah, my board is still not back. Hello, good morning. Anyways, so this is what we call as okay. Anyways, so we have had this. Maybe I will share another screen where we can do our remaining stuff. Okay, just give me a moment. I'll share another screen over here and we'll start doing what we were doing. We'll continue doing. Sorry for the technological glitch. Today the Microsoft board is acting up a little bit. Okay, so we'll shift to Paint. So, oh, this one is blinking. Okay. So next one is angles around a point. So more angles around a point. What we did up till now were just a few angles around a point. And now there are more angles around the point. So let's do a few of them and see how it helps us. Okay, questions here. Okay. So let's start with question A. Okay, question A. Can we select a pretty color here? Let's select blue. So now here we see that it's 109 plus 121 plus p degrees is equal to 360 degrees. Okay. So why? Because they are angles around a point. Okay. So 120 plus 1 plus 109 is 230. So p degrees plus 230 is equal to 360 degrees. So p is equal to 230 plus 360 minus 230, which is equal to 130 degrees. Okay. So this is our answer for question A. Now for question B, let's use another beautiful color. Let's use B. Green. So in B, again, this one is 90 degrees because there is a little square over here. So we have 35 plus 90 plus Q plus 113 is equal to 360 degrees. Okay. So again, the same reason, it is angles around a point. So what is it? It's 35 plus 90 plus 113. So 35 plus 90 plus 113. That is equal to 300 and 238. Sorry, not 338. It's 238. So it's 238 plus Q is equal to 360 degrees. Q is equal to 360 minus 238. So Q is equal to 122 degrees. Okay, 122 degrees. So can you help me with question C? Let's see. So you know this angle again is 90 degrees. So go ahead and try it and tell me what will be the measure of angle R. Can we try that? Great. So your angle R for this one is going to be 45 degrees. 60 plus 60 plus 60 is 180. You can see it is on the straight line. Okay, so it is 180 plus 90 is 270. So 360 minus 270 is 90 degrees divided 2R is equal to 90 degrees. So R is equal to 45 degrees. So these kind of questions are pretty simple actually if you know how to look at the angles. Okay, we have not yet entered into vertically opposite angles, but still it's okay. So we are going to try more questions on this. Okay, and then we are going to stop for today. So I have, sorry, these three questions. Okay. So here I'll start with question D. Let's take a pretty color again. Let's take purple. Okay. Question D. Now here we have 290 degrees. Wow. 90-degree angle is pretty pretty. Okay. So question D. So I have 138 plus 90 plus S plus 90 is equal to 360 degrees. Okay. Why? Because they are angles around the point. How much is it? 90 plus 90 is 180 plus 130 is going to be 180 plus 130 is going to be 300 and something. 180 plus 138 is going to be 318. So your S plus 318 is equal to 360 degrees. S is equal to 360 minus 318. So S is equal to 48 degrees. Okay. Wow. Nice, right? It's really very easy when you know what actually you need to find and you know the correct geometrical reasons for that. So once you state the reason, you know what you have to do. So it's like you cannot, you will see what I'm doing. I'm doing something like linear equations that I did last year. But you can't separate algebra and geometry when it comes to solutions like these. Okay, so in solutions like this, there is going to be an unknown and there is going to be a slight algebra involved. So you have to be very, very on par with your algebra. We are going to do algebra in future. So you stick with these videos and slowly we will get into algebra too. So today we are going to stop over here. So we'll quickly revise what we did. We discussed three different type of angles. One is a complementary angle, supplementary angle, and angle around a point. And we did few problems concerning that. Next week, we are going to do parallel lines, construction of angles, and vertically opposite angles. Okay, there is a concept called vertically opposite angles, which we have discussed already last time, but we have not done any problems pertinent to that. So next time we will do that also. Till then, you keep on practicing and you keep on revisiting this video and you keep on seeing what minor details you may have missed in this live session. And you're always welcome to ask me any questions in the comment that you have, and I will try to answer them as quickly as possible. Till then, I'll see you next time on next Monday, 7:30 p.m. Singapore time. Till then, bye.